Hello YouTube, this is Frugal and welcome to the Frooglesim weekly news for today, Sunday, June 21st, 2015. Quite a lot to get through today. First up, Soulmade Sim have released their DHC2 Beaver for X-Plane. Now before we get started, the video that you're currently watching of this is actually from a guy called Red Piper on YouTube, who I strongly urge you all to follow and subscribe to. His video is actually linked in the show notes below. He does a lot of X-Plane stuff. Okay, so the DHC2 Beaver was originally... The aircraft, real one, was originally produced in 1948, and it's a single-engine high-wing, much like a Cessna. It's actually been called the ultimate bush plane. Now, the X-Plane version you can configure for regular, bush, or water operations. You can even configure the cabin to switch it between passenger or cargo or a mix of the two. It has a realistic flight model that's been tested by actual DHC2 Beaver pilots, has a Dream Engine sound set, fully interactive and fully modeled cockpit, full set of animations, a STEC50 autopilot is also accessible from within a 2D pop-up. There's a bunch of other stuff as well. Basically, they have worked really hard to make this a very accurate and very attractive, as you can see, aircraft. Realistic failures are also models, even includes 6 4K resolution liveries. The aircraft is available from the xplane.org store at $29.95, and you can find more information at the xplane.org store link in the show notes below. Over in the world of FSX and Prepared, Iris released their Grob G115E Tutor T1 while I was away last week. This is a common choice of aircraft among air cadets. It's basically a single-engine basic trainer that's used in the real world for pilot screening, flight training, and aerobatics training. Now, as is always the case with Iris, or increasingly the case with them, the aircraft supports 4K textures, has a volumetric prop effect, custom audio throughout, and of course was tested extensively by actual Grob tutor pilots, of which there are a vast number in the world. So releasing an aircraft like this, you're kind of taking your life in your hands there because so many people have flown this. It includes full documentation to fly it by the numbers and is available for all versions of FSX and Prepared 2 2.5, and there's even a demo that you can download from the Iris simulation link in the show notes below. It will set you back, if you choose to buy it, $34.99 for each platform, so that's FSX or Prepared. But if you want to get the aircraft for both platforms, they have a discounted rate of $49.99. Navigraph released the Charts app for the iPad as well while I was away last week. Now, Navigraph Charts is a service that I subscribe to. If you watch my fully loaded videos, you will inevitably see Navigraph Charts in there. I'm not paid by Navigraph or anything. I have a subscription. I have had a subscription ever since I formed this channel. I love their service. Now, the Navigraph Charts app for the iPad normally requires you to have an actual active chart subscription. If you don't, though, then you can check out the functionality of the app because it includes 3 demo airports. Everything you can do from the desktop Charts app you can actually do on the iPad now, and it even includes an annotation tool and an option to hide toolbars so you can really focus on the chart, and also open various charts in tabs so you can quickly switch between the various charts you need on approach or departure. Available from the Apple App Store, well worth a look. FlyTampa released Sydney. This is long-awaited scenery for Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee and is up to the usual FlyTampa quality. The FlyTampa scenery includes self-shadowing and self-shadowing and ambient occlusion, has animated workers and people around the airport area, not just on the airport but around the airport, including fishermen and plane spotters, has a new and improved night lighting system, animated airport vehicles, and of course works with Orbex FTX Global. FlyTampa Sydney is available for both FSX and Prepared and will set you back €26. More information at the FlyTampa.org link in the show notes below. Now, this is a very interesting one, back over in the world of X-Plane. In the last news show, I mentioned payware scenery for Manchester, which was pretty cool. Well, XPDDG, there's another catchy name. We gotta keep going with these catchy names in our community, which is the X-Plane Dedicated Development Group. They have their own version of Manchester, which is, wait for it, free. This is freeware. Their latest release is version 3 of their Manchester scenery and includes custom 3D buildings, fully textured terminals, custom ground objects, working auto gates if you have the auto gate plugin, and the full airport surroundings, so the area outside the airport, are coming in a later version. It's going to be available very soon, if not right now, on the xplane.org download area. Just search for Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. XPDDG I'd never heard of before. It actually consists of some familiar names in the X-Plane community, notably Richard Elliott, Wycliffe Barrett, and Emma Bentley, so go ahead and check that out if you're an X-Plane pilot. Back over in the world of FSX and Prepared though, FSim Studios released Mataveri X, or SCIP, also known as Easter Island. SCIP is on Rapa Nui, which is of course Easter Island. It's possibly the most remote airport in the world. The nearest other international airport I think is 2,300 miles away in Santiago, Chile. The scenery covers photo scenery of the entire island, including all current ports and the harbour, as well as modelling of static ships and aircraft. There's even a detailed military cargo apron that includes a static C-130 and an F-18. It includes a 10-meter resolution mesh, hand-placed autogen, volumetric grass, night textures, and is available for FSX and Prepared from Sim Market for €14.99, or if you're used to using dollar monies, you can get it from FlightSim Store for $15.99. Aerosoft released their Kilimanjaro airport as well. Now naturally this covers the airport itself and the surrounding area, including of course Mount Kilimanjaro. It supports 4K textures, completely accurate airport layout, custom night lighting and textures, seasonal textures, and even includes a manual with full charts for the airport. Runs on both FSX and Prepared and will set you back €15 and 8 bits of euro. I can't bring myself to say euro cents. And final bit of news, LatinVFR released Fort Myers International. This is an airport in the southwest of Florida. I've been there a couple of times, had relatives living there. It has HD textures, shading and occlusion effects on all buildings, including custom reflection maps, and covers 300 square miles of photo scenery with hand-placed autogen. The airport itself has custom animated jetways, animated ground vehicles, and as is increasingly common, even models terminal buildings' interiors, and includes static GA aircraft as well. The scenery is optimized for performance, as you would hope, and well, I have some experience with this. I've got the LatinVFR John Wayne scenery, and it really is incredibly detailed, phenomenally detailed even, so I'm looking forward to actually seeing Fort Myers itself on my screen. The screenshots indicate that this would be to the same high standard that they set with their John Wayne scenery. LatinVFR's Fort Myers International is available from Sim Market at the link in the show notes below, and will set you back €19.99. So that's all I've got for this week. I am certain to have missed stuff, so please leave me a comment in the show notes below. Please don't leave me comments about long-running, eternally in beta projects that happen to release videos to try to get your early access money. I don't tend to cover those very much. We'll wait until they get released. But as always, my name is Frugal. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon.